the great horse Barbaro had to be put down. He was never beaten on the track when he was fit, but he was a long shot to recover from the terrible injury he suffered last year in the Preakness. His injuries were so severe, it would have ended any other horse's life immediately. But Barbaro was not just any other horse. ABC's Dan Harris tonight is in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. Dan?
Charlie, Barbaro's doctor said throughout this process that if they ever reached a point where they could no longer keep the horse comfortable, they would stop treatment. Overnight, they reached that point. After 8 months of extraordinary efforts to save an extraordinary horse, Barbaro's doctor today struggled to maintain composure.
Some people are going to say, well, what was, why bother to do this if we ended up putting him down 9 months later? One thing I can tell you is that Barbaro had many, many good days.
Despite talk just weeks ago that Barbaro could soon be let out of the hospital, in recent days he took a turn for the worse. Last night, after having major surgery over the weekend, Barbaro was, for the very first time, too uncomfortable to sleep.
He was just a different horse. He was just, you could see he was upset, you know. That was the difference. And it was more than we wanted to put him through.
Barbaro burst into the national consciousness last May, pulling off a thrilling victory at the Kentucky Derby.
Barbaro wins by 7.
Weeks later, just seconds into the Preakness Stakes, he shattered his right hind leg in 3 places.
Barbaro, I believe he's being pulled up.
Barbaro's owners decided to rush him to this animal hospital in Pennsylvania, where veterinarians performed a risky 5-hour operation, inserting 27 screws and a metal plate. Days later, Barbaro was flirting with the female horses and trying to get out of his stall. Barbaro soldiered on through successes and setbacks for months. But at 10:30 this morning, he was put down. He was surrounded by his owners and his doctor, who was asked today whether he spoke to the dying horse.
We were all there, and he knew us, and sure. I mean, my guess is I think anybody would.
Barbaro's doctor said today that the horse had a final meal of grass this morning, that he was surrounded by the people he loved in his final moments, and that he was on pain medication and reasonably comfortable. Charlie, he said it could not have been more peaceful.
Dan Harris reporting from Pennsylvania.